Hello everyone and welcome to Junior Achievement's 31st Annual Maine Business Hall of Fame. Although it will look a little different this year, we're so grateful for our community's continued support of this exciting event, and we're honored to highlight three amazing business leaders this evening. Bill Williamson of Bank of America, Beth Shissler of Sea Bags, and Mike Bourque of MEMIC. My name is Katie Sampson with WGME CBS 13 News. I've been a classroom volunteer with Junior Achievement for 2 years now. We did a story on the impact of JA, and I was hooked on their mission ever since. I'm so excited and honored to be here with all of you tonight. We'd like to take a few minutes first to thank our sponsors for the event this evening. Starting off with a special thank you to the Platinum sponsor, Prime Motor Cars, who we will be hearing from in just a little bit. We'd also like to thank our Diamond sponsors, Bank of America, IDEX Laboratories, MEMIC, and WEX Inc. Our Student Match sponsor, Gorham Savings Bank. Our gold sponsors, Baker Newman Noyes, Cross Insurance, Dead River Company, Key Bank, Northeast Bank, and the Varney Agency. Our silver sponsors, Bangor Savings Bank, the Bolus Company, Clark Insurance, Pierce Atwood, TD Bank, and Verrill. Thank you to our financial literacy sponsor, Machias Savings Bank, our work readiness partner, JMG, our entrepreneurship partner, Tyler Technologies. Our virtual event sponsor, Headlight Audio Visual, and to all of our generous sponsors, we would not be here without all of their support. Tonight's event will be live streamed and recorded for future viewing. We'll also share the virtual program and full recorded video with all of you after the event. While everyone is getting settled in and excited for a special evening, we'd like to kick things off tonight with a brief message from a local mixologist and Junior Achievement alum. So gather your Finlit Fizz ingredients and take a look at our JA drink for the night.
I am here today not only as the manager of this bar, but I also had the opportunity to grow up through the JA experience. When I was growing up, I was lucky enough to experience a bunch of different aspects of JA in elementary and middle school through the JA in a day, as well as weekly sessions. And then through my economics class in high school, I was selected to be part of the Titan Challenge. Not only was it exciting because it was a field trip, but we really did learn a lot and we had a great time. In doing that, we got to hear from a few speakers, but I specifically remember that our volunteer was from IDEX, and it was very interesting hearing about all the different aspects of that company and all the different employment opportunities. All right, so I'm here to help you guys make this cocktail at home and enjoy the happy hour as much as possible. I've started out by chilling the glass. I just added some ice and some soda water. That helps give it that frosty look. We're gonna start with the gin. We're using Hendrick's. You can use any gin that you prefer or any clear liquor, really. If you're a vodka person, then that's great too. Just about 2 ounces of whatever you choose. We're going to add our lemon. I've de-seeded the lemon to cut back on the possibility of getting anything in there, but if you want to skip that step, that's fine. Just about half of a lemon's worth of juice. We're gonna add some simple syrup. This part is optional. It helps sweeten up the drink. You can really use any kind of sweetener. Honey works, or if you're into a flavor, like here we have strawberry and blueberry purees, you could throw a little bit of that in there. Now we are gonna shake it up. You want it all to really combine in there, so you wanna give it a few seconds at least to chill. Now I'm going to dump this out, and then I'm just gonna add a little ice in there. Strain the drink out from here over the ice. It should come almost all the way to the top, and you have 2 options here. For the fizz, you can add just a little bit of club soda, or in this case, since we're celebrating, we're gonna top ours with Prosecco. It could get a little messy. Wow, perfect pop. And there we go. Top that off. Add a little wedge of lemon, and you guys are ready to enjoy your Finlit Fizz. And since my work for the day is done and all I had to do was make this delicious cocktail for you, I can enjoy it with you. I'd like to thank you all for having me here tonight. Also give a congratulations to all the honorees, and thank you, JA, for all the work that you do. Cheers.
And cheers to you. What a perfect start to an exciting evening. Thank you so much, Jamie. It is so great to hear from a local JA alum, and I'm looking forward to trying that Fin Lit Fizz. We are truly honored to spend this evening highlighting the careers of a few star business leaders who have already made a lasting impression on our state and will surely continue down their paths of impact. People in our communities across the state are lucky to have such great role models to look up to, especially during a complicated time. Because of community leaders like Bill, Beth, and Mike, Maine students will have inspirational mentors to look up to as they continue learning and growing in their own career paths. As we know, it's been a difficult few months for many of us, especially students, educators, and their families. In response to the pandemic and evolving education needs, Junior Achievement has pivoted our programming quickly to meet the needs of our communities. Let's take a brief look at JA's commitment to Maine's future. Such an important transition from JA to help educators, parents, and students navigate digital learning opportunities and help students stay on track towards their learning objectives. We have with us tonight a few seasoned JA students who are looking forward to sharing their experience and engaging with our honorees. They're hoping to inspire even more volunteers to reach Maine students this school year. In order to do that, we're hoping to raise some funds here tonight. We've set up an easy way to support JA programming right from home. Grab your cell phone and text Maine to 50155. You can see the directions on your screen right now. You'll be prompted through the process, and we'll be sure to share how much money we're able to raise with you by the end of tonight's event. Hopefully, we can reach our goal of $20,000 to reach Maine young people this school year. Now let's hear from a few students who have benefited from JA over the past few years. Please welcome Genevieve, Seiler, and Riker Story.
Thank you, Katie. We are glad to be here tonight to honor Bill Williamson, Beth Shissler, and Mike Bourque. We did a little research on each of you, and it's a good thing we have a lot of years to catch up to your accomplishments. Tonight, we will share our experience with Junior Achievement and ask some tough questions of the honorees so we can learn more about them. I bet we will all be inspired by the wonderful work they have done in our community.
We also hope to raise money to help other students like us go through Junior Achievement, even if it looks different this school year. With the uncertainties we face, programs like JA are helping to prepare me, my classmates, and siblings to have a plan for our future. Throughout the evening, you will see an option to text in a donation to JA Maine. The directions are pretty simple. Just grab your cell phone and text the word Maine to the number 50155. You will also see the directions on the screen. We would especially like to thank Gorham Savings Bank for being the student match sponsor tonight. Our goal is to raise $20,000 tonight, and Gorham Savings Bank will match the first $5,000 we raise. Thank you for helping more students like me dream big, make money, and find a job. I hope you can help.
We will show the progress of your generous support throughout the evening, so you're allowed to have your phones out. I hope my mom will let me borrow her phone so I can try it out. It would be great for me and all my friends to have JA again this year. We will be back in a little bit, but for now, here's our friend Michelle. She's the president of Junior Achievement of Maine, and she is celebrating 10 years with JA. Wow, that's older than me.
Thank you, Riker. I can't believe it's been 10 years. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be with you today to celebrate our first ever Maine Business Hall of Fame virtual. With the challenges our world has faced these past few months, I am so amazed and energized by the creativity, innovation, and resilience from our community to push forward in new ways. I am so pleased to share how junior achievement has transformed during this time and how we will move forward impacting the lives of so many children in Maine this academic year and into the future. I want to congratulate Bill Williamson, Beth Shissler, and Mike Bourque on their induction into Junior Achievement's Maine Business Hall of Fame. The passion, vision, and dedication each have demonstrated is a true testament to their steadfast leadership, and for that, we celebrate this evening. As you can imagine, COVID brought some great challenges to our organization, into our traditional delivery model that brings the business and education communities together in a powerful collaboration. While we know face-to-face classroom visits will return, we understand that with challenge comes opportunity, and I am so proud of the amazing JA Maine team, our board of directors, and volunteers who quickly adapted to the changing needs of our education and business partners. We pivoted our model to offer digital resources this past spring to help educators navigate distance learning. The response from our volunteer network was beyond our expectations. So many ready and willing to become virtual volunteers, allowing us to showcase a true representation of industry diversity in Maine. Moving forward, we have streamlined our virtual processes and hope to engage even more community volunteers so that we can transform the lives of students, bring relevance to learning, and continue to reinforce the value of education. The ripple effect that JA volunteers have is powerful, modeling that in tough times, we can adapt, change, and grow stronger. Volunteers are mentors and role models, planting a seed for future success. They ignite passion and help build our talent pipeline by giving students skills and knowledge so they are empowered to take on Maine's careers of tomorrow. Workforce development has never been more important, and we know we must start early. Through building an education pathway with school districts, we serve students of all demographics and backgrounds, filling a gap where financial literacy, workforce readiness, and career exploration is needed. With the uncertainties we've all faced, we know that at the end of the day, junior achievement is about hope. Hope for a bright future for our children and community. We accomplish this by proactively partnering with businesses, nonprofits, and educators to create quality-driven, impactful, relevant experiences for kindergarten through 12th grade students statewide, resulting in economically self-sufficient citizens capable of leading choice-filled lives. Technology has the power to connect us, and we see great opportunity in growing our impact in more rural parts of our state, connecting leaders to classrooms no matter the distance, and that is why we have a new bold vision: to impact the lives of 23,000 students in Maine by year 2023. As we expand our focus on low-income communities, broaden our geographic reach, diversify our volunteer base, and create strong, sustainable partnerships with our education and business communities. We can't make these goals a reality without your help. I encourage you to text the word Maine to 50155 to be part of this exciting movement, providing positive, real-world experiences for students so they can stop worrying about today and start planning for a promising tomorrow. Our programs will continue to be at no cost to our education partners, and we hope through banding together tonight, we can raise $20,000 that will allow us to roll out new digital delivery platform. With your support, we will connect hundreds of community volunteers with Maine students, broadening their sense of opportunity and purpose. The impact of these connections is long-lasting, and that is why your gift will have a substantial return on investment. Help us interrupt the poverty cycle by teaching students financial skills, creating an experience where students can envision themselves after graduation, no matter what path they choose. Why do we do what we do? Because you can't be what you can't see, and our volunteers demonstrate that every day. You will hear from a few students here tonight who have been impacted by some of our amazing volunteers. These challenging times prove to be an accelerator, not a disruptor, as we use innovation and creativity to be the best solution provider we can. Building young people's capabilities and spurring economic development is our North Star. And I'm optimistic for our children's future, knowing we can provide them with the tools to thrive. I lastly want to thank our wonderful sponsors tonight who are so eager and willing to support our first virtual Hall of Fame. Let's take a look at a brief message from a few of them.
Beth, Bill, and Mike, congratulations from all of us at Dead River Company. You probably know that one of JA's primary goals is to inspire our kids to dream big and reach their potential. By honoring you tonight, they are certainly doing just that. Thank you for being such great role models, and thank you for all you do. Congratulations and enjoy your special evening.
Hello from the Marjorie office in Portland. My name is Jasmine, and as a branch manager, I am passionate about financial literacy and proudly support the Junior Achievement Program. I just wanted to take this time and say thank you from all of us here at Gorham Savings Bank for all that is done so programs like the JA can succeed. Also, congratulations to the 2020 honorees.
On behalf of everyone at Clark Insurance, I would like to offer a well-deserved congratulations to Mike, Beth, and Bill for their induction into the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame. Like these three great leaders, Clark Insurance is proud to support Junior Achievement of Maine for all they do with our youth.
Good afternoon. My name is Greg Jameson, and I am the Senior Vice President of Underwriting for MEMIC. We are proud to be a longtime supporter of Junior Achievement, as well as one of the diamond sponsors for today's event. So on behalf of the 18,000 policyholders of MEMIC located in Maine, congratulations to Mike, to Bill, to Beth, and also to the students participating in today's program. You are our next generation of deserving laureates, so keep learning. Thank you.
So congratulations on your induction into JA's Business Hall of Fame. It's your focus and commitment to serve the nonprofit community in our state that really drives all that we do and sets the tone for what we do at the bank here in Maine. I'd also like to recognize both Beth Shissler and Mike Bourque for their induction into the Hall of Fame. Both Beth and Mike, well-known, well-respected business leaders in our state. And Beth and Mike, thanks to you and to your teams for all that you do to support our communities here in Maine.
Happy 2020 and happy COVID-19. I just wanted to say congratulations to the three honorees for Junior Achievement for today. Michael Bourque from MEMIC, Beth Shissler from Sea Bags, and of course our own Bill Williamson from Bank of America. Congratulations to all of you. Once the dust settles and we get past this, we'll have to all celebrate appropriately. Thank you.
On behalf of the team at Northeast Bank and as a board member of Junior Achievement, I extend our congratulations to this year's inductees.
Good evening. Tonight we recognize three outstanding contributors to free enterprise in the building of a better society. At BNN, we believe we are only as strong as our communities, and more than ever, our children need leaders like Bill, Mike, and Beth, and organizations like JA to build confidence for a brighter tomorrow. Congratulations from all of us at BNN.
What a great video, and thank you so much, Michelle, for those powerful words. Now let's take some time to get to know each of our honorees this evening. We're going to have a brief panel with some very hard-hitting questions delivered by our special JA students here with us tonight. So let's get started. Siler, what would you like to know about Mr. Williamson?
Hi, Mr. Williamson. What were your skills and interests as a student, and do you get to practice any of those skills during your job now?
Well, thank you, Siler. I do, and I'll say that when I think back to my years in school, that the subject that I really spent a lot of time with and liked was English. So there was a lot of writing, a lot of analysis of books read, and as a result of that, in the banking business, we are often making the case in writing for transactions that we want to do, or we're making the case for community organizations that we want to support. And so, you know, the thinking skills that come from a good English teacher and the analytical skills that come with that serve me well in the banking side. The other thing that is really important is teamwork, and team sports also in school taught me a lot. I happen to like football and basketball, but I think about the extensive teamwork that we have today in order to support the community through our 40,000 hours. We do 40,000 hours a year in Maine of volunteer time, our employees, and the coordination for that and all of that takes teamwork throughout the team that we have here in Maine, and working on behalf of our entire community. And then I guess the other thing I would say about that teamwork is I also work in the commercial bank, where we're delivering support and services to companies in Maine, and when we do that, we're doing it on a team basis within the bank. It takes lots of people to deliver products and services, so it's all about teamwork. So, I would say the writing skills, the thinking skills of English, and the teamwork that I learned from playing football and basketball.
A great answer to a very smart question. Thank you so much, Shissler and Bill. Genevieve, you're up next.
Hi, Ms. Shissler. What advice do you have for young women who aspire to be leaders or run a company like you?
Hi, Genevieve. It's a great question. I have two pieces of advice. The first is find something good in everybody that you work with and anything that you're doing, because everybody has an innate talent, and if you can tap into it, you can make magic. The second thing is find passion in everything you do, because with passion, people find it contagious, and they want to work with you, and they want to make that magic.
That is some very great advice, Beth. Thank you. Genevieve is lucky to connect with you here tonight, as we all are. And Riker, what would you like to know about Mike?
Hi, Mr. Bourque. What does it mean to be a leader or a boss, and what is the hardest part?
That's a really, really great question. Very insightful, because there's, I think, a difference between being a boss and being a leader. I think a boss is really somebody who is in charge of making sure you complete a task and get a series of tasks done. And they're there to sort of watch over and make sure that happens. I think being a leader is really more about inspiring people to believe that they want to do this and that they want to work with you and alongside you to achieve your goals. So it's really important. What's the hardest part? The hardest part is when somebody makes a mistake or somebody messes up. Sometimes it's the boss, the leader. Sometimes it's somebody else. And so we have people who really want to succeed. Everybody wants to succeed. But when they don't quite do it, or I don't quite do it, that's what makes it really hard.
Another great response, and very telling how Mike has become so successful. We do want to thank each of you for your time. And now let's take a quick look at some ideas other JA students have created after being inspired by their community volunteers.
What a great hike. Let's post our pics on Instagram.
Wait, our phones are dead.
Didn't the ad for these say long-lasting battery?
Guess we'll have to wait till we get home.
Darn it.
Well, lucky for you, there's Powerwalk.
Powerwalk? What's that?
Powerwalk is a revolutionary new phone case that uses the energy of you walking to charge your phone.
This advanced technology can harness the power of kinetic energy through the movement you create by, say, hiking.
Wait a second, have you been following us around this whole time?
That's not important, but what is important is that your phone has battery life.
Awesome. Now I can finally post my pictures. Selfie.
The science behind the Powerwalk is revolutionary. It converts kinetic energy into electrical energy. That way you'll never have a dead phone again.
With your investment, we can bring this cutting-edge Powerwalk technology to the hikers and many others.
Whoa, that's some serious technology.
Not to mention interesting.
Sign me up.
Powerwalk is perfect for your everyday need, whether it be walking your dog, your morning commute, a day at the gym, or hiking on the trails. Powerwalk will be helping charge your phone every step of the way.
So remember, when you're using wires to charge your phone, you could be walking to charge it on its own.
Powerwalk!
Now that is a great idea. It is really amazing what ideas students can come up with and when they're inspired and motivated by community role models. A recent 2020 JA alumni study conducted by a third-party evaluator found that JA programs had a strong impact on JA alumni's professional and personal development into adulthood and the working world. Half of JA alumni, 53%, report having started or partnered in their own business venture, and about half of JA alum who had a volunteer in their program say they ended up working in the same field as their JA volunteer. Looks like we might have some great new pool of future laureates in this room and around the state as well. A reminder that you can support these future leaders by texting Maine to 50155 and pledging a gift here tonight. And it looks like we have a few donations coming in already. So thank you everyone and keep up the good work. Now, before we get into the special part of the evening honoring our laureates, let's take a look at this brief message from our platinum sponsor of the event, Prime Motor Cars.
Dan Giuseppe here from Prime Motor Cars Mercedes-Benz. We're really excited to celebrate our honorees this year virtually. Bill Williamson from Bank of America, Beth Shissler of Sea Bags, Mike Bourque of MEMIC. We really appreciate all the work you've done, and we appreciate junior achievement. Back in April, we had a job shadow experience. The students were surprised to see what goes on in a car dealership. For example, we have a full-time videographer, and we have one of the largest YouTube channels. It was exciting for them, it was exciting for us, and it works well for us because it gets people into the car dealership, and they get to see how it operates on a day-to-day basis. Again, we're proud to be a sponsor, and congratulations to Bill, Beth, and Mike, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dan, for that message. We're all so excited to honor Bill, Beth, and Mike here tonight. These honorees were selected in a rigorous process by a selection committee made up of local business leaders and influencers. We'd like to thank the committee for their time and thoughtfulness and for helping us honor our newest laureates here tonight. I'll introduce each honoree and then we'll share a special video that they've never seen before. Each laureate will be invited to share a few words, and then our JA students will chime in with their own JA stories. So let's get to it. Our first honoree serves as Bank of America's local enterprise leader across Maine, Bill Williamson. Bill works across the region to connect Bank of America's business lines to deliver integrated financial services to individuals, families, and businesses. With nearly 40 years of banking experience, Bill also leads the bank's corporate social responsibility work in the region, helping partners, people, communities, and a broad client and customer base effectively address a wide range of issues. A Mainer through and through, Bill is a native of Augusta and a graduate of Colby College. Let's learn a little bit more about his amazing career.
I got to know Bill through my role at Good Shepherd Food Bank. Bank of America has been a longtime donor to the food bank and to food banks all around the country. Bill just really was so engaged with our work. It was so much more than the, my company supports you, here's a check, thank you very much, shake hands, do the photo op. He asked a lot about our work, and then he started inviting me into conversations that he was hosting with some of his commercial lenders and some of their community outreach folks, and he brought other nonprofits into these conversations too, about really wanting to understand what's happening in the community where they do their business. And that just really impressed me.
From the Portland Museum of Art to Portland Adult Education to the Good Shepherd Food Bank to Junior Achievement to his own local Chamber of Commerce here, he himself is very committed. He brings the name of Bank of America with him, but Bill gives his time and his energy and his own dedication to all of the organizations that he's connected to and all of the efforts and the initiatives that he's connected to.
I met Bill 25 years ago. That's when I first started my career in banking. I had the privilege of having Bill as a mentor, really, for me when I first started my career. Bill can be a little scary at first because he's a big man, he's got big hands, he's got a big hearty laugh, and so I think I was probably a little intimidated by him, but quickly got over that.
I will say, in many ways, he's a banker. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything but a suit. He also, he's friendly and funny.
He just was really a skilled tactician, and I really took a lot from that, frankly.
But he's very, very adept at figuring out where the needs are and how he can put people or groups together to help form solutions.
Bill, to me, he works with integrity. That is sort of the number one thing for him, and I really learned that working closely with him for years.
I never hear from his secretary, and I know he has one. I hear from him directly. When he personally commits something, he really makes that commitment, and then he holds himself accountable to fulfilling that commitment.
In my mind, if Bill is at the table for an effort or for an initiative, I want to be there too. Because I know if Bill's connected to it, and if Bill has decided this is an effort that I want to put my name behind and my time and my energy behind, it's going to be impactful and it's going to make a difference.
Thank you very much. I'm overwhelmed, to say the least. I want to thank JA for your focus on inspiring students to dream big and reach their potential, for connecting our schools and our business community, which builds vital career pathways for our youth and helps our businesses with their workforce development challenges. Thank you, JA, for everything you do. Congrats to Beth and Mike. One of the great things about Maine is the connectivity we have with one another. Today is a great example of that. I had the privilege at the time MEMIC was founded in 1992 to serve as the company's first banker. And today we have the privilege of providing banking services to the company Beth founded, Sea Bags. So it's fun to be with Mike and Beth and be honored together this way. Importantly, both MEMIC and Sea Bags are companies that started in Maine and have successfully expanded here, and importantly, to many other markets outside of Maine, further building and promoting the Maine brand and proving once again that great companies can both start and grow here. And also, I want to acknowledge something else that's very important today. Happy birthday, Mike. What a way to celebrate your birthday. Thank you to Kristen, Quincy, and Steve for your support, your kind words, and most importantly, for what each of you do for our communities. And thank you to my family. Your constant support has enabled me to have an incredibly gratifying career. And finally, thank you to my Bank of America teammates. With your dedication and commitment, I would not be receiving this recognition. So in my mind, this is recognition that I fully share with all of you. So as a result of this recognition, I've spent some time, obviously, thinking about the 40 years in banking and the 9 years I had in education. So I've been in the workforce now 49 years. I'm starting actually my 50th year. Hard to believe. As I reflected on it, I realized how important the first 9 years, which were spent in education, not in banking and business, were to me. And I want to just walk you through my career path briefly here. Starting with my junior year at Colby, I had an internship in the Colby admissions office. And I had a chance to examine the opportunity gap for the economically disadvantaged to attend schools like Colby. And as a result of that internship, I got absolutely fascinated by admissions. And that led to me spending my first 9 years in education, serving as an admissions director, development and alumni director, and I did some English teaching at the private secondary school level. There was nothing secondary about the experience. Those 9 years prepped me for my future by helping me learn about the importance of listening carefully, hearing the other person, advising and offering counsel to others, asking thoughtful questions, and building lasting personal connections. And I'm so grateful for that Colby internship and the ensuing 9 years in education. It just built a great base for me. My work in the development side and fundraising introduced me to the financial industry, and I decided I wanted to find a pathway into that world. So I was able to assemble a support network of family, friends, and professionals to provide guidance and counsel to me, and I was fortunate to find a commercial banking training program in Boston that was specifically looking to fill positions for a team they had that provided specialized banking services to colleges, universities, hospitals, and other not-for-profit organizations. So my prior 9 years in education served as good preparation for this new chapter. Well, it's been 40 years since that transition. Why have I remained in banking for 40 years? Well, I've noodled that question around quite a bit in my brain. And I really come up with 6 things, and I want to touch on them now before I finish up. First, I love the creative energy of building solutions to support a company's financial needs. It's always an adventure, and importantly, those solutions are designed in a collaborative teamwork environment. 2, you never stop learning. You're always learning about new developments at a client's business and within the financial world, new products, new strategies, new challenges, and you feel like you're in a classroom most every day. 3, you're building strong relationships with key people within your own company, at the bank, and most importantly, on a client's team, enduring relationships that have meaning for many years to come. 4, you're providing financial support that helps local companies grow and increase their local employment and their ability to reinvest in our local communities. And 5, I'm fortunate to work for a bank with a global footprint, while at the same time living and working in Maine. And I've had the good fortune of getting to know our teams in our overseas markets as they support our clients' international needs. And I've had very memorable travels to both Finland and China. So I feel very fortunate to be able to live and work in Maine and also have those overseas experiences. And finally, the frosting on the cake for me has been my role as market president. I kind of think of that as if the commercial banking is sort of the head part of what I do, the thinking part, the market president piece, there's thinking that goes on there, but it's also a lot of heart because we're overseeing our community support, including charitable grants, our employee volunteer activities, our reinvestment in our local communities, employee satisfaction and wellness. So I want to wrap up with a story from my market president role because it's a story that I will always remember, and it was my first time visiting our Belfast site, where we have a terrific team of 700 associates who provide national customer support to our consumer bank. And an associate approached me after I had spoken, and we stepped to the side, and she said, I want you to know how much I enjoy working for Bank of America. And she said, while my job is a big part of that, she said, the real reason I like working at the bank was how the bank encouraged me to give back to my local community by providing me with 2 hours of paid local volunteer time each week. I cherish that moment, that conversation, because it just captured for me how important it is for all of us to collaborate with one another and be a team player for our community at large. So thank you to JA for all that you do for our youth, our business community. You do it with an important emphasis on inclusiveness, partnership, and collaboration. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Williamson. Congratulations on this honor. My name is Silas Story, and I'm a 5th grader at Westbrook Middle School. I've had junior achievement every year since kindergarten, and my favorite part is every year I get to meet a new volunteer and learn something new about money, jobs, and our community. When I was in 4th grade, Miss Rapkin came from Wex to my class. She taught us what it takes to become an entrepreneur, and I think I might want to be one. Some characteristics of an entrepreneur are they work well with others, are confident, and have a good work ethic. I think I could become an entrepreneur because I am a good leader with sports am a good leader in school and with my sports. I play football and basketball and am a good teammate and try hard and encourage my teammates to do the same. In JA, I learned about running a business and that entrepreneurs sell goods like cars, toys, or services like car washes. It is really important that you can make a profit so that you can pay your human resources, aka your employees. You should also make sure that you can pay yourself. When I was learning from home, I got to do a fun activity called History of Prices. I learned that when something is really popular, the price can go up, and that is because it is in high demand. An example of how hard it was to buy toilet paper during the COVID. It's strange that people chose to stock up on toilet paper over something else like video games. I'm excited to have JA again this year, and I can't wait to see who my virtual volunteer is. Maybe it's one of you watching.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Shissler. It is amazing how you were able to still have JA while learning from home. Let's take a look at what some of those resources look like.
Hi everybody, nice to virtually meet you. I'm Ken Grady. I'm a Corporate Vice President and the Chief Information Officer at IDEX Labs in Westbrook, Maine.
Hello Junior Achievement students and friends. I am very excited to be talking to you today. My name is Eric Bassford and I am a User Experience Researcher and Designer at IDEX Labs.
Hey guys, my name is Sydney Martin. I am 23 years old and the company that I work for is Unum.
And because of this skill set, if you look for it, it opens this world of opportunity that I never knew existed in this profession.
Just stay curious, have an open mind, be a good listener, have a willingness to learn and try new things, and attack everything with your 110%.
And if you are interested in being an author too, I hope that you give it a real shot, because I think that everyone has stories worth telling and everyone's voice is unique to them.
So in closing, I hope this helps some of you as you look forward and you think to your own future. I wish you all well, and I hope to see some of you in the classroom in the near future.
It's so great to see a local nonprofit like JA adapt to these challenging times and provide some great options to Maine educators and parents. Speaking of pivoting in times of need, our next laureate's company temporarily shifted their business model to create personal protective equipment this spring, creating masks for customers all over the country while allowing employees to work. And for the company, they do what they do so well, sew and serve our community. Beth Shissler built her career in sales, distribution, and operations, gaining the confidence and resources to buy into, incorporate, and build Sea Bags LLC. Sea Bags was built on the founding principles of being green in product and in practice, being made in Maine, and acting as good stewards to the community and the state. 14 years later, Sea Bags still operates on the same principles. Now with 34 retail stores across the U.S. and approximately 170 employees, the company has saved more than 700 tons of sales from our landfills. Beth's passion for the employees, small business, and her Portland, Maine community continue to drive her today. Let's take a deeper look at Beth's career.
My first impressions when I saw her was she was a woman of extreme passion and perseverance. She's the real deal, I call her.
No, she's tough. She's direct. She's honest. She's forthright.
She's a good negotiator.
So she might be one of the most generous people I know.
She's really a warm, giving, kind person and willing to help anybody.
It's not just status quo for Beth. She is always trying to raise the bar, and I like being around people like that.
She was the boss of the family. There was 4 siblings. Rhonda was 10 years older than Biff and I, and Biff was still the boss at a very young age. She made all the calls for the family, including the parents.
Her path to building sea bags was really interesting, and I learned this about Beth when I first got to know her. But her mission was really threefold when she came into Sea Bags. The first was to build sustainable products and sustainable processes. The second was to give back to the community. The third was to keep her production local.
As Maine natives, it's very important to us that this is a Maine company. It's very important to us that we make everything here. We like to say, not only are we made in Maine, we're made in Portland, and we're made in Portland on the working waterfront, as you can see here. That's important to us.
The single thing that my sister Biff is most proud of is the team that she has assembled. Her partners, her associates, her employees.
So I think for her trifold mission, she has over-delivered in every way.
She grew up in Maine. I'm not kidding when I say she has salt water in her veins, and comes from a really hardworking family and has put herself out there to be a leader in the world, really.
And she decided she was going to quit her job and her corporate job and buy into this and grow it. We're all like, what? I thought she was crazy.
Being a part of the community, a woman leader in the community, it's inspirational for little kids to see that. It's inspirational for people like me to see that. I think the message for me is that anything is possible, and that if you put your dreams out there, you can achieve them, and no matter how small or big it is.
She's just a visionary. She was a visionary from the start, and she still is. So Beth, let me add my sincere congratulations.
They couldn't have picked a better person for this award. I think they couldn't have picked a better role model for the kids.
We're all so excited. Unfortunately, we won't be able to be here in person to celebrate Beth, but we're looking forward to her being recognized.
But if I can speak directly to my sister for a minute, Biff, this one is all yours. And your team, your family, and your friends could not be prouder.
Thank you, Junior Achievement. And as I look at the past honorees, along with Bill and Michael tonight, I'm incredibly flattered and honored. I hear that the best acceptance speeches are those with stories, but good God, we would be here all night, because in the past 15 years, I've had some amazing and funny events happen. I want to thank my friends and my confidants, Kim and Ania of KMA Human Resources and Nancy Stroney of SCORE for your support in that video. I'm grateful you can't be here to divulge some of those stories. What I love about Junior Achievement is that they promote entrepreneurship. Starting something from scratch is both the most rewarding and frightening thing on earth that I've ever done. We've grown a tremendous amount at Sea Bags, but what we haven't changed is the most impressive to me. We're still making sea bags right on that same wharf. We're still using recycled sails, and we're still hiring and creating jobs. When I met Hannah, the founder of Sea Bags, it was a hobby business, and she was making sea bags on the same wharf, one sail and one bag at a time. It took us the entire summer of 2005 to decide we could go into business together and that we would make the cornerstones of this company as we grow. I'm proud to say we still have those. We're still made in Maine, we're still using recycled sails, and we still are hopefully good stewards to our community. For me, the goal was to create jobs, and I'm so proud that we're still doing that today. Early on, we decided a sourcing policy for procuring our raw materials and our goods and our services. We thought we'd have the most bang for the few bucks that we had if we spent it locally. So we still source our products and our goods and our services, and we think Maine first, New England second, and the US third, and it just stops there. I'm super proud to say that this year to date, we spent over $1.5 million just in our local community with all the local businesses around us. And that doesn't even include our payroll. One thing about starting a business There's no shortage of free advice, and I've had a lot of it. The best piece of advice I ever received, though, was to surround myself with really good people. Early on at Sea Bags, it was a family affair for me. My brother Chuck, who you just saw, discovered these bags on the wharf. He bought one for his wife, Jenny, who still has the best fashion sense of anyone I know, and she rocked those bags till everyone she knew caught on. My sister Linda, or Linny to me, without question invested early on when I really needed her to. Paying her back with a handsome return was the proudest moment of my business life. Our sister Rhonda ran our Freeport store. I called her on my way home every night, and I think about calling her every night to this day. Our dad is 90 today. He still asks me about the business. He created our world-famous wine bag. I foolishly promised him 25 cents a bag when he gave me the idea of the recycled patch on the back. In 2013, when we restructured our ownership, I gave my dad a check to cover the 16,000 wine bags we'd sold, and I said, "Dad, we're even." We've always had a close relationship with our bankers and our lawyers. Our longest professional standing relationships are with Kim and Ania, who consulted us on human resources, from 13 employees to the 170 we have today. We've also had a great insurance broker, Kristen King of Hub. She convinced us early on that we should increase our benefits every single year as we could afford it. One year she said, "Take life insurance. It's inexpensive but invaluable if an employee needs it." I never dreamt we would need it for my sister, who was running our store. Kristen was there for us, not just for the company, but for me and my sister and our family every step of the way after she passed. But now I can jump to today, because while they're not literally my family, I want to talk about the colleagues who surround me every day today. They do their job every day better than I dreamt of doing it. They tell the story of our company that I got off the ground, but they all help me create, and they deliver our mission fantastically. There is no bigger source of pride for me than an employee choosing to come into our doors every single day and do great things. I never kid myself that an employee will be with us forever, but my agreement and our agreement with all of them is that we should be better off for having had them, and they should be better off for having worked at Sea Bags. And with few exceptions, I'm proud to say we've all lived up to that deal. And then there's Don Oakes, my partner, our CEO, and my friend, who on a professional level has upped our game tremendously and brought us to a whole new level in the company. But on a personal level has allowed me to share some stress and gain some much needed balance in my life. When we first started our discussions, I shared with him that I really missed that professional banter that I used to get in my prior career. I get that now and so much more. Don's a calculated risk taker. He is enjoying this ride every bit as much as I do. So I want to thank Don and all of the team at Sea Bags, who really all deserve this award. And my final thought goes to my best friends, all amazing career women and most of them mothers. You've all helped me live my best life with laughter and hopefully mostly grace, including motherhood at the age of 50, and you've helped me realize how much I love and value my career. So thank you, Junior Achievement, and thank you, Genevieve, for recognizing my journey. But it's not over yet. We've got some great things coming up at Sea Bags. And to all those great, wonderful, aspiring entrepreneurs out there in Junior Achievement, especially Genevieve and Seiler and Riker, we're all here for you, and we can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you, Ms. Shissler. Congratulations. I admire the work you do to create an awesome Maine company. My name is Genevieve. I'm a 7th grader at Westbrook Middle School, and I'm happy to be here tonight speaking about Junior Achievement. I have had JA for 5 years in a row, and even though I missed having it in my 6th grade classroom because of COVID, I got to take an online course at home. Junior Achievement of Maine created online programs that I could log on to from my own laptop. It was really easy. One of the topics I learned about was the history and process of inventions. Inventors are entrepreneurs that come up with brand new products based on what people need. Did you know there's a thing called intellectual property? I didn't know what that was, but I learned it means people can invent things and they are protected by patents, copyright laws, or trademarks. A patent is when you make something and nobody else can take that idea and say they created it. They have to give the credit to you. A trademark is a word, name, or symbol used to distinguish a product idea from someone else's. You can even trademark a sound, like the NBC chimes or the MGM Lions roar. I have an invention idea. When I'm older, I could be an entrepreneur that invents Barbie dolls with hair that grows back if you cut it. This would be a good invention because of little girls, like my little sister, who cut their Barbie doll's hair and then get sad because they regret it. For inventing Barbie dolls with hair that grows back, I could get a patent on the hair growth technology. Thank you to Junior Achievement and your online resources for helping spark my ideas.
Thank you so much, Genevieve. And that's a really good idea. I think I could have used that doll when I was younger as well. We now have a special message for our 3 laureates from some people who have been in your shoes here tonight. Let's take a look.
Ellie and I are thrilled that you are being honored tonight by the Junior Achievement of Maine.
So congratulations, Bill, Michael, and Elizabeth. We're very happy for you. Wish we could be there in person.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Meredith Strang Burgess, and I'm a member of the class of 2006. I'm from the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame, and I would love and so happy and proud to welcome this year's laureates. So welcome, Beth, oh my gosh, Bill and Mike. I can't believe you guys haven't been members for decades, but welcome aboard and congratulations.
Congratulations, Bill, Mike, and Beth. Welcome to the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame. It was a great honor when I received it, and I'm very proud of being part of the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame. It's a great organization that provides education to our youth about business. Very few people look at that as a positive way to build our education process, but for me, it's been one of the best. I was actually a student at the Junior Achievement, and I'm very happy that all 3 of you are part of the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame. Cheers.
Groucho Marx said he wouldn't want to be part of a club that would have him as a member, and I felt a little bit that way when I was asked to join. I hope I didn't bring down the average, but I'm really pleased with this year's class. Bill, Mike, and Beth, you are 3 great leaders in our community, both in what you do in your own businesses and the work you do outside and in our community. And during these difficult times, it's great to honor folks like you. I'm sorry that we're not going to be together in person, but I will be online cheering you on, and wish you a very big congratulations and joining the Junior Achievement Maine Business Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
One of the best parts of living and working in Maine is the strong community that surrounds us. We lift each other up and we look out for each other. Beth, Mike, and Bill all embody this spirit in their leadership roles. They have each helped Avesta Housing to ensure that every Mainer has a safe, affordable place to call home. And for that, I thank each of you. It is my pleasure to congratulate Beth, Mike, and Bill on this well-deserved recognition.
What a great message from an all-star lineup of Maine leaders. We've got one more inspiring leader to induct tonight, and he's no stranger to the spotlight. Michael Bourque is president and CEO of MEMIC, a leading workers' compensation insurance carrier. Mike assumed the position in 2017, following more than 2 decades with the company. He's led corporate marketing programs, advertising and public relations, outbound communications, as well as government and community relations efforts, helping to position the company as a recognized leader in workplace safety in the insurance industry. Mike is a native of Maine and graduate of the University of Maine, serving on numerous boards and committees and contributing his time and talent in various leadership roles since beginning his storied career. Let's learn a bit more about Mike.
Junior Achievement of Maine could not have selected a better candidate for the Hall of Fame. Mike is somebody who's invested in his community. People trust him. He gets the job done. So if we're looking for somebody who is going to move Maine forward and help the next generation of Mainers move our business community forward, Mike Bourque is that person.
He gives back in every way possible. He's a good classic county boy. You know, they're raised well. So Michael was a wonderful writer through college. He loved that, and actually sports reporting, I believe, is his original passion.
I believe his first job was to be a sports reporter out in Anchorage in Alaska. And he was hired over the phone, flew out, and his beat was the University of Alaska sports teams.
Michael has that wonderful instinct to know when things should be said and how things should be said.
And when Mike Bourque talks, people tend to listen.
It has to do with just political timing, and that's something you either have it or you don't, is what I've learned, and Michael has that special timing.
Mike amazes me with how he has been able to get involved in so many different activities.
He's probably touched just about all of them out there, but I know the Children's Theater and the Children's Museum is also one that's very, very, very dear to his heart. In Junior Achievement, with his wife being the executive director for all those years, it was very special.
He has been deeply involved in the United Way. He was the United Way campaign chair in a year that they raised over $8 million.
He's the guy who's rolling up his sleeves and is right by you the entire time through challenging situations and when things are great, like when we get to announce a terrific campaign result from his leadership. But he's your steady Eddie. He's there with you the whole time to really push through and get to the results.
Mike's one of my heroes. Talking about your heroes sometimes can be difficult because trying to define them or speak about what it is that makes them that special is from the heart and sort of passionate, and Mike is that, for me, really that person. He's an incredible father, he's an incredible uncle, he's an incredible husband, and he's an amazing son. He reflects all those values, and I think carries them forward into the work that he does in the community and at MEMIC.
Well, let me start by saying thank you for everybody that just spoke on the video. That's really hard to speak right after that. I want to say thank you to JA and to the committee who selected me for this incredible honor. This one is particularly special to me because of my special connection to Junior Achievement, which goes back more than 25 years. Yes, I have attended many of these Hall of Fame events going back to the 90s, never imagining myself on that stage. But my connection goes back to my late wife, Melissa, who ran this organization for a time and whose job at JA of Maine brought me back to Maine and then to MEMIC back in 1995. And I also remember that I helped actually design the program for the Hall of Fame event for a few years. Anyway, I am truly honored and more than a little sobered by my inclusion among the great Maine business leaders who have been inducted into the Maine Business Hall of Fame over the years. That list includes so many people whom I respect deeply and whom I've been lucky enough to call business partners, policy holders, board members, mentors, and friends. I miss not seeing the past winners stand up when called upon at the dinner. Let me congratulate my fellow inductees, Beth and Bill, who represent the broad array of great leaders who have become part of this special recognition over the years. Bill, as he mentioned, was the founding banker for MEMIC, helped us to start the company back in 1993, before I was even there, and showed that support. And Beth is a policyholder at Sea Bags, and I got to tell you, Sea Bags are my favorite gift to give. Well, let me say that I am a lucky guy. I am lucky to have had support from an amazing family and friends and coworkers who should be standing alongside me here today because they are as responsible for this honor as I am. You saw some of the folks in the video who have helped me through the years. Thank you all. I was lucky to be born in a small town that supported my early upbringing and in a state where I could always find a friend or a mentor and where I could certainly find the decision makers without having to climb through too many layers. I was also lucky to be born male and white, And I must acknowledge that as I continue to learn about the hurdles that I did not face in my life, that these are hurdles we must remove for others in the future. I was lucky to be born into a great family that helped me form solid values and taught me what it meant to be willing to show up for whatever needed doing. That's what you learn in a small town like Ashland, Maine. I was lucky to have found a great experience when my family moved at the end of my sophomore year in high school, and 2 years later when I arrived at the University of Maine. I was lucky to find my way out of Maine a couple of times, but back for good, I say, a little more than 25 years ago. I was lucky to find the only job in all of MEMIC that I could qualify for at the time, which happened to be open. And I was lucky to find great mentors and a mission I could really get behind. And now later in life, I also was lucky to find love and support once again. She reminds me that we're still newlyweds for a few more weeks. Kendra, I am lucky to call you my partner, my confidant, my counselor, my running buddy, my wife. Thank you for your support and love. And let me also shout out right now to our kids, Will, Kate, Madeline, and Moira. So yes, I have to pay homage to the luck that has befallen me, but I also think I'd be remiss if I let everyone think that it's only luck that drives us forward in life. I don't actually believe that, in fact. The famous Louis Pasteur quote, "Luck favors the prepared," is what comes to mind. I do believe that luck that I have enjoyed has been leveraged, to use an important business term, by the work and experiences I have taken on. And as we're here to support education and the education of our young people, our state's most valuable resource, let me share a few thoughts about how my path to this day might be helpful as an example to others. You heard a bit earlier about my past as a sports writer. Yes, that's true. And while it sounds strange, I learned a whole lot as a reporter that has proven to be incredibly valuable in my business career. Firstly, I am naturally curious and I like to ask questions. As a reporter, that was my job. And to tell you the truth, that's a big part of my job as the president of an insurance company, asking questions. It's something I say when I meet our new employees at MEMIC. Be curious, ask questions, be willing and interested in learning, not just about your own job, but about your organization and about other people. You'll be amazed at how far that little bit of advice will take you. Here's my second bit of advice. Show up. It's the simplest and most profound advice I have ever received, and it's true. When you show up, you get noticed. When you get noticed doing something good, you get more chances to show up. If that sounds like a cycle to leave you overbooked and out of time, let me set the record straight. Somehow, despite the laws of physics, I can tell you, you can bend time to your will. I don't know exactly how, but somehow your body and brain can do it. So do it. Show up each and every day in every way. Let me close by saying thank you again. You've heard a litany of nice things that have been said about me earlier, and I am certainly honored by those comments. But I'm not done yet. We have great things still to do at MEMIC and really great people to do it with. And I certainly plan to continue to show up and be curious about how I can help. There's an old saying, to whom much is given, much is expected. This day is not an end for me. I have received much in my life, and I expect more from myself, and you all should too, and hold me to it. Thank you for this incredible honor.
Good job, Mr. Bourque. Your speech was amazing. I didn't know an insurance company could be so fun. I'm Riker, and I'm 8 years old and going into 3rd grade. I've had junior achievement for 3 years, and this year I got to do a fun lesson from home. One lesson I did was called My Interest. It was a worksheet where I had to check off things that I like to do and see if I can make them into a business. I checked off that I like music, storybooks, animals, computers, tools and machinery, working outside, arts, and sports. It is okay to have a lot of interests because I will have multiple choices for a job in my future. When I am older, I want to start a business so I can make money to pay for a house, a car, furniture, food, and water, which are needs. I'm sure you all have a lot of wants, but you should focus on your needs first. If you focus on your wants first, you will end up working for a long time. If you get a job that you are interested in, you are probably going to be good at it because you have been practicing. If you like your job, you will be motivated, and you will make more money. My mom was a JA volunteer in my 2nd grade class and helped me while we were learning from home. It was really cool to have my mom lead the JA activities with my friends. We learned how to be a good citizen in our community by voting. She also taught us how to earn money by working for a pretend donut shop where we made and sold high-quality donuts and earned a paycheck. I wish those donuts were real. I can't wait to meet my JA volunteer this year, maybe through Zoom. It'll be hard to top my mom, though. Thank you, Junior Achievement, for helping me learn how to be a grown-up. We had a great time honoring Bill, Beth, and Mike tonight. I hope you enjoyed it as much as us. Thank you to everyone that has followed the directions and texted Maine to 50155. It looks like we have raised a lot of money for students like us, and I'm excited to tell all my friends about it.
So much to Riker and Shissler and Genevieve as well. What great stories from each of the kids here tonight. It looks like we have a promising future here in Maine. There's still time to donate to Junior Achievement. Just remember to text Maine to 50155. We plan to keep this campaign open for one more week to ensure we reach our goal of $20,000 for Maine students. And we do have one more video for you from a special guest this evening. Let's take a look.
It's an honor to congratulate the 2020 Junior Achievement of Maine Business Hall of Fame laureates. Bill, Beth, and Mike, congratulations. I commend Junior Achievement for its commitment to educating our young people about leadership and civic involvement. At Bank of America, Bill shows how a national company can have a powerful and positive impact at the community level. With Sea Bags, Beth demonstrates Maine's entrepreneurial spirit, commitment to environmental stewardship, and compassion. Mike has helped MEMIC create a true partnership between the employers and our state's workforce. He is also a leader in ending the stigma associated with behavioral health disorders and in supporting the Red Cross blood drives. For all three, the job is not done until they have been of service, performed an act of generosity and caring, and lent a helping hand. Junior Achievement empowers our youth to pursue lives that are rewarding for themselves and enriching for others. Their journey towards success is helped greatly with such committed citizens as Bill, Beth, and Mike leading the way. Thank you, congratulations, and keep up the great work.
And thank you, Senator Susan Collins. We are so glad you could virtually join us here this evening. And Michelle, after tonight, I know I cannot wait to volunteer this year, however that may look.
Absolutely, Katie. Thank you so much. We are truly excited about our new digital resources and excited to see how many more students we can reach. We'd like to thank everyone for attending tonight and to congratulate again our three amazing laureates this evening, Bill Williamson, Beth Shissler, and Mike Bourque. We are lucky to have leaders like you in our community, setting such a great example for students like Genevieve, Shissler, and Riker. Another thank you to our sponsors. We wouldn't be here without you today, without your continued support. And to all of you watching tonight, thank you so much. We are on a mission to raise $20,000 and are very close to $10,000. So thank you all very much. Have a wonderful evening, and cheers, Katie.
Cheers to Junior Achievement and our laureates.
Yes.
Take care. Our Finlit Fizz.
Finlit Fizz.